Duran's trilogy brings efficiency and helps a company get better quality results by its quality trilogy. The trilogy is composed of quality plan, which starts before the production operation begins. Its process and production is developed to identify and meet customers' needs. Next is when the operation starts a time in which operating personnel do the process and production finds defects that increase percentage defects up to 20%, which is labeled by Duran as a chronic waste, or even up to 40%, a region identified as a sporadic spike. These defects may be due to planning errors and are corrected by quality control. Lastly, to achieve the gain and lower percentage defects up to 5%, we need the third process, namely quality improvement, which once stabilized will bring a new zone of quality control and an updated quality plan.
Kaizen, which in Japanese term means change for the better, is the maintenance and improvement of the current processes. Kaizen has three basic principles. The first principle is workplace effectiveness, which comprises the 5S that the Japanese have developed. These 5S are defined as theory sort, which is the separating of tools, machinery, products, inspection, in progress and documentation into necessity to eliminate unnecessary things and sort them into three categories. First is low usage that can be kept at part of places. Second is medium of average usage that be kept in a cupboard nearby. Third is the usage that should be kept close.
Next is Saton's Triton, which is to arrange essential things for accessibility and neatness. Saton has 3 steps. First is to plan to arrange neatly and put things into their proper places in proper manner. Second is to decide where things should be sorted, where everything should have a name or label for quick identification and safe storage for accessibility and transfer efficiency. And last is to be consistent in following the rules, wherein everyone should be disciplined to put the things they use at their proper usage and to take care of the items.
The third S stands for Safe to Scrub, which means to keep the tools, machineries, and workplace neat and clean and to inspect possible defects. Employees should also learn to clean their own places because it helps to improve the effectiveness of the workspace. The next S stands for Seiketsu Systemize. Its objective is to maintain high standards of a workplace by developing a cleaning and inspection routine. By doing Seiketsu Systemize, a company can easily improve their visual management, a technique where proper visuals are used as warning and directions to improve workplace organization and understanding of how things should be. The last S stands for Shitsuke Standardize, which goal is to keep all of the previous steps become a standard and continuous practice to consistently improve process and quality of standards.
The second Kaizen principle is the elimination of waste. But before discussing it, let's first identify the 7 deadly wastes. The first deadly waste is overproduction waste that occurs due to failure in production planning, which in return leads to unsold products. This waste can be solved by practicing just-in-time or JAT and Kaizen. The second deadly waste is waste due to waiting or when work in progress is delayed due to circumstances because of poor planning and alternate arrangements. Next is transportation waste or the waste caused by unnecessary transportation and deliveries, which can be solved by preferably putting assembly line in one roof, organized plant layout to keep the distance traveled at minimum, and using trolleys or carts for semi-finished products and goods. The fourth deadly waste is the processing waste or the defects in machinery and manufacturing processes that delays the production process. This can be resolved by proper preventive maintenance and appropriate tools and fixtures. The fifth deadly waste is inventory waste, or excess materials in the inventory that will cost money even when sold as scrap. Furthermore, the next waste is waste of motion, or the lack of orientation of the employees and personnel or even the management that leads to improper and inefficient use of machineries and invaluable motions or movements. Lastly, the seventh deadly waste are product defects. These defects cost more since it involves customer care, safe custody, warranties, product exchange, and disposal.
In order to eliminate this waste, the Kaizen principle of elimination of waste was developed. It involved eliminating the three MOOs, which are first, MUDA, meaning waste. Second, MURI, which stands for strain. And third, MURA, which means discrepancy. These three may be reduced or eliminated by proper human resources, production volumes, inventory, time, working space, machinery, techniques, facilities, tools and jigs, and of course, thinking.
The third and last Kaizen principle is standardization. It possesses the following objectives: to represent the efficient and safest way to do a job, and preserve expertise and standardized procedures, and to standardize the process, training programs, and maintenance.
Let us now discuss Kaizen implementation. Organizations implement Kaizen in two ways. The first is the gradual improvement of the processes, or long-term exercises for every process improvement. And the second one is Kaizen Blitz, which in contrast to the first one is a quick improvement methodology. It is usually completed in 1 week, wherein solutions are implemented immediately. The chart shown on the screen represents the typical improvement process using Kaizen.
Lastly, we're going to discuss about business process reengineering. BPR was a very important management concept from the mid-1980s to the mid-1990s. It is an approach used to change management in which the related tasks required to obtain a specific business outcome are radically redesigned. BRP is synonymous with innovation and is carried out through fundamental rethinking or decision-making and considerations by the management to eliminate redundant operations, and radical redesign or eliminating redundancy by reengineering methods of using machines and applying new design of methodologies.
Moreover, the 5 phases of a cycle of BPR are as follows: planning, process study of the best practices, redesigning, and proper implementation.